Okay, matrices. Last couple of problems on the ACT review portion. Matrices, we do row times column. So if we're going to do each of our rows in our first matrix multiplied with the column of the second, here's how this is going to look. This row by this column is going to give us one answer. So if I'm going to kind of make my answer here, it's going to go there. This row by this column is going to give me an answer here. So all of those digits that you see are going to give you those two answers. Then when we do this bottom guy, times the first row, it's going to give us the bottom left-hand entry. And then that same row times the second column is going to give us this score. So that may give you, again, eliminating answers on a multiple choice test is really powerful. Here, this was 2 rows by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. This one was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows by 2 columns. And so if these match, then you can multiply. If those two didn't match, you could not multiply. And if they match, then the dimensions of your answer are going to be these outside. So that's why we have a 2 by 2 is our answer here. And you can absolutely put this in your calculator, and you can look at what we did on the ACT review days, those videos, to look at that calculator review if you would like. You can also do this by hand. And to do these by hand, I'll show you how this first column and row and column works. So to do this by hand, to get that first entry, you're going to do 3 times 6 plus your next 2 times each other, 2 times 8 plus -1 times -9 plus 4 times 2 plus 6 times 3. And that's going to give you that first entry. And for this one, that is. So if you would like to put this in your calculator, go ahead and get that in your calculator. You can absolutely do this in your calculator. You can also do the rest of this by hand, which is what I'm going to do just really quickly. For that next entry, again, still using my first row here. First row, second column, 3 times 3 plus 2 times -2, -1 times 7, 4 times 1, 6 times 4. And when I do that in my calculator, I get 26. Your last 2 entries here, I'll go ahead and fill those in for you, are 21 and 72. So whether you use the matrix operation menu on your calculator or do this by hand, you need to make sure that you can do it. The math is very easy. It's just about knowing what goes where, either on your calculator or doing this kind of by hand-ish. So your answer here, 69, 26, 21, 72. Again, if we didn't have these same numbers in the middle here, if you didn't have the same number of columns in the first matrix as rows in the second, you just can't do the multiplication. So you would say not possible. Last problem on our review. And of course, if you have more questions about that one or don't remember the calculator entry, take a look at the ACT prep stuff that we did and come see me. Okay, evaluate the determinant. The other way you can see this is just evaluate. And you have to know that these lines mean to find the determinant. If you see a problem like this on the exam or on the ACT, this really isn't about the math. It's about knowing that word because the math is very easy. to find the determinant, here's what you do. Multiply on the diagonal. And subtract. Multiply on the diagonal and subtract. So the ACT expects you to know that those bars mean determinant. You can also see it as this, the determinant of the matrix. Those are the two, and this is how your calculator writes it. You can absolutely do this on the calculator, but the math is super easy. So, it's, multiplication and subtraction. So either way, just make sure you can get to that final answer. I don't really care which way you like. Just make sure it's a way that you can get there. And that is more about that notation than it is about anything else. The determinant means multiply on your diagonals, subtract from the middle. All right, see me if you have any additional questions.